Hello, you're listening to the Level Up podcast with Karvey and Tat, your weekly dose of gaming, streaming, and internet culture. I'm Karvey, I'm a streamer, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Karvey.
And I'm Tat, and I'm a streamer, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Tat_2.
On today's episode, we've got a few things to talk about. We've got the Sidemen Charity Match. We've got the Logan Paul and Dillon Danis SAGA. We've got the Dr. Disrespect getting into a tizzy about pronouns in Starfield. And then also to finish off, the Only Up game being removed from the Steam shop. Oh, lots of stuff to get through, Tat.
Crazy. Like, this week has just been jam-packed of, I feel like, so much internet culture news, hey?
Too much.
Absolutely insane. But what have you been up to?
Well, if you guys are watching the YouTube video, I've got different hair. New hair, who dis, okay? But that's basically it. That's the highlight of my week, was getting my hair done.
I love it. It looks so good, honestly. Like, I need to get my hair cut again. I'm like literally looking at it now and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just, it grows so fast.
Just get matching hair with me. No problem.
Let's do it. Twins when we meet. Oh my goodness. Let's do it.
All
well,
right.
I went to jury. I had to do jury duty on Monday. So that was pretty interesting. So I got to see an inside of a courtroom for the first time in my life. And I was like, this is surreal. And it was funny because FaZe Kaylee actually got chosen for jury duty as well. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like, you know, FaZe Kaylee. But she got turned away because she went up to, like, you know, they ask you questions in America and they ask you, what do you do for a job? She said, I'm a Twitch streamer. And they said, yeah, bye. See you later.
That
Didn't
is
accept
so
her.
funny, bro.
I
When
know.
I read that Twitter post that she said about that, oh my God, it's cracking
I
up.
literally woke up and I saw that and I started laughing, hey. Like, it was so funny.
Like, what do the general public think, like, of Twitch streamers? Do they really think that...
I don't know. Hey, a lot of people don't even know what it is. Like, I tell people that I'm a streamer and they're like, what?
Huh?
What's that? And you have to, like, explain it to them and they're like, what? Like, people watch you play
People
games.
pay you for that?
People pay you to play games? And it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool, right?
Welcome
It's
to the
pretty
new
classic.
age.
Welcome to the new age. Classic. But the Sidemen Charity Match happened literally last night, Karvey.
Yep.
Insane. It was actually really cool. So, you know, they brought back, it's their latest edition of their popular charity football match, which they did another one last year, and they it was at the London Stadium. So it was huge. Massive turnout. It was fully sold out. So it was like jam-packed, the stadium. It was Sidemen versus YouTube. So we had, we had some big names in there. KSI,
Huge.
Mr. Beast, XQC, I Show Speed, Kai Sanaa was there as well. It was insane. And over £2.5 million was raised for charity, which is so awesome, which is double the amount that they raised last year.
Woo!
Insane. And then Sidemen won. They won the match 8-5, which is cool. So they did really well. And yeah, I thought it was... I was watching the highlights this morning. Obviously, it was happening when I was asleep. So, you know, I didn't watch it, you know, I didn't watch it live, but I watched the highlights and it was actually really entertaining to watch, hey.
Oh my God, bro. I saw the live stream when they were doing the countdown. The first 5 minutes that the stream had started, where they were still doing the countdown, nothing was even on the screen yet. There was 980,000 viewers waiting to watch this.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, just imagine once the game actually starts.
How many viewers did they have concurrently? Wasn't it like something like in the 2 million?
It was over 2.5 million concurrent viewers.
That's crazy.
And you know what? I could not think of a better thing for these boys to use their platform for.
Absolutely.
So many different extremely popular creators with millions and millions of followers, millions of viewers, and they do a beautiful charity match with a very popular sport and everyone's on board, and there's no, like, you know, bad intentions, like just trying to get clout or whatever. It's genuinely just come see us on the game, donate to this charity, and, you know, let's have some fun. And it's
totally
really cool.
No, it's awesome, you know. And football is just it's so big, right? And I like football now, like after watching like the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Like, did you watch any of the Women's World Cup?
I don't really watch football, but I know it was super popular. We had a game here in New Zealand. And yeah, it is cool. I think it's a lot more popular over the ditch, so like in UK, America, and stuff like that.
It's huge over there.
Yeah, I don't understand what I'm looking at half the time, but good on those boys. Good on them.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really cool thing that they did it. And, they did it for charity. Like, not only they're doing it for content and, entertainment purposes, but it's charity at the end of the day, which is just so awesome, hey?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But I'm just thinking about XQC having the worst mark. He had a 0.3 out of 10 mark.
That is crazy, bro.
He played so bad. He was a goalie. And I actually had to laugh. He was a goalie for the YouTube team. So did you see the highlights video of him trying to like attempt stopping the ball going in the goal?
What? As funny as it is, I can't help but have a little giggle. Just because that score, I could just imagine him waking up in the morning, seeing his score plastered all over Twitter, being like, oh my God.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's funny too because it's XQC of all people. Like it's just it's so him, It's so iconic, XQC, like getting the worst score of the match.
But you know what I found the funniest?
What?
Was in the highlights, I saw... So KSI was a goalie as well.
Yeah.
And he managed to stop a ball from going in. He dived down to get the ball. He got the ball successfully, but he just didn't think he was so close to the line where if the ball goes past, it's a goal. He rolls over with the ball across the line. Oh my God.
I saw that. I was like, bro, do you not know what you've done?
Oh my God, poor bugger.
Oh, poor bugger. Pretty funny though.
Good on them. I love and they get so many viewers and so many donators and so many good popular blokes that are a part of it and want to make it happen because it's just such a good idea.
Yeah. 100%.
And I love that they do this.
It's a great idea. It's an awesome idea. It's something that hasn't been done before, It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Beast looks so cute. I love him. He's so adorable.
We're such little Mr. Beast fangirls.
Oh we really are. Like, I love him so much. Like, he's a little cutie.
Yeah, love him.
Yeah. Love him a lot.
But yeah, onto some more internet culture. I'm gonna say drama. We were debating whether to call it saga or drama because we say a lot of stuff is drama, but this really is the tea.
It's a drama saga.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Drama saga.
I like it.
So Logan Paul and Dillon Danis, this whole debacle, we're gonna unbox for you guys. So, basically, two huge influencers, fighters as well. They have set to make a boxing match and it's got a lot of eyes on it, so it's going to be very, very popular. How this all started was the trash talk, typical trash talk that people do when they're boxing, especially online on the internet. You always see a bit of little riffraff here and there. Dillon had started to target, it got weird when he started to target Logan's missus, so his wife, and he started sharing photos so her name's Nina, with other men online and mocking her and Logan's relationship. On August the 20th, Dillon said that he had obtained an explicit photo of Nina, and if he shared it, the Prime card, which is the game, would have been cancelled. He showed this photo to some online figures, and even Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross said that the photo was taking it too far. It's gone too far when those boys, the most controversial of controversial online creators, say it's too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
You've fucked up when Aiden Ross is telling you you've gone too far. I think, to be honest. Yeah. And
so he was saying, guys, you should see it. Just when you have spare time, look at his Twitter. He's gone crazy. There's so many posts just trolling and attacking, and it looks like he's almost going for a manic bloody episode. That's how much stuff he's writing. But he said that if he drops the picture, it would end the fight, end his engagement, and he would find himself in jail possibly, which is pretty crazy. This photo must be very, very, controversial. So after this trolling had gotten really big. He got heaps of attention online, and he got over 2 billion views on Twitter. So just from all the engagement and people, you know, talking about it. On September the 6th, so a couple of days ago, Nina filed a lawsuit against Dillon and says that she suffered humiliation, emotional distress, and reputational harm. Bro, I would be too.
Absolutely. The way he's done this, like it's really bad. Like it is harassment at this point. Like he's harassed this girl to the point where she's had to literally get legal, you know, go to the courts to figure this out because it has ruined her reputation. Like he has literally shamed her online. It's crazy.
Look, and I don't know much about her at all, but just from what I've been seeing from him and his influence online, in my head when I think of her, I think, oh, she's got some controversy and a past hidden that she wants to try and cover up, when that very well may not even be the case, but because he's been trying so hard to portray her as this terrible monster, like, and going after her, it was nothing to do with her. This fight is not Logan and her versus him. Like
it's not. And like the fact that he has gone that far, it just shows like it's just they went from trash talk to him being really petty and then being like harassing her, and it's like, why are you bringing a woman into this? Why are you doing that? Like it's between you and Logan Paul. Like if you want to talk shit, that's fine. Like shit talk, we've talked about this too. Like, you know, like a little bit of shit talk is fine, but as soon as you get personal and you start, you know, like really attacking someone and hurting someone, that's not okay. And that's what he's done. And he has 100% done it for the engagement. I mean, as you said, like 2 billion views on Twitter. Like he's loving this attention. It's just at the cost of, you know, a woman's reputation. And it's really bad. She's actually asking for $150,000 worth of compensation as well for the damage that's been done. And the lawsuit actually alleges that he, like Dillon, hacked her Snapchat account to get access to these old videos, or to an old video, which is the one that he showed Aiden Ross, I assume. And it's pretty crazy.
Also filed a restraining order, a full-on restraining order.
Nina literally filed a restraining order because it got to the point where it's like, this is just every day. And I kept seeing it on my, you know, my Twitter timeline, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's just something that keeps coming up, and I'm like, I don't really care about this. But then I saw the restraining order and it's like, oh, okay, you know, like that's a bit insane, isn't it?
And you know what, like before the restraining order was released, I thought that this was just another public, what is it called,
like a spat,
like a public stunt or whatever it's called, to try and get more engagement and more hype. But then as soon as I saw, you know, a restraining order, I was like, oh, okay, this might be like for real, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you wouldn't get that if it was for attention. Like that's when like he's gone too far, 100%, when she's getting a restraining order against him.
So oh my God, just don't go. Why do people have to take it too far?
Yeah, 100%. It's really unfortunate, you know. Like, look, I don't like Logan Paul. I never really have, especially since the stuff, you know, the stunts that he's pulled in the past. He's been very, very controversial, and he's kind of, you know, tried to claw his way back to the spotlight, which is, you know, it's all very interesting seeing that. But yeah, like the fact that, you know, Dillon Danis has made this personal on Logan Paul's like fiancé is just like actually horrifying and weird, isn't it? It's just so cringe. Weird. So cringe.
Grow up.
Grow up, she says. Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's a saga, a drama saga, 100%.
It's a drama saga.
It's a drama saga.
And is it bad to say, like, I'm excited to see how this ends?
I mean, no, because I just want it to end so I stop seeing it on my timeline, you know? Oh my God, it's every day. I've thought about muting the words Logan Paul, Dillon Danis.
Dillon Danis.
Honestly, I've thought about it.
That's what happens when people are on the internet too much.
Totally, 100%. Yeah. But speaking of the internet and too much, Dr. Disrespect got into a little bit of a tizzy about pronouns and Starfield. Now, this is an interesting one. So basically, before we talk about that, you know, Starfield's been out for a couple of weeks now. Everyone's loving the game. It's, you know, we've talked about this in our last episode, and I think the episode before, like, Starfield has just taken over the globe. It's an action role-playing game, and it's basically Skyrim in space, which is the best way to kind of describe Starfield. It's Bethesda's biggest launch ever, absolutely dominating Skyrim and Fallout 4. And it's been Twitch's most watched game, overtaking GTA 5 and League of Legends, which is really cool to see as well. Huge. And in the game, you know, you can choose your preferred pronouns, which is, I think it's great, you know. That's awesome. And a YouTuber named Hill vs. Babyface had a tantrum on stream when he found out that you can choose your preferred pronouns in the game. And he went on to say, sorry, wanted to get immersed in our world. Guess what? Fucking pronouns, fucking gender ambiguity. So, I don't know. I watched that clip. You watched it before and you were like, what the heck?
Look, just before we started filming this episode right now, I quickly watched over the video because I wanted to see what exactly was going on. When I tell you my jaw dropped on the floor, I genuinely thought that this guy was doing a bit, like doing a skit, again, just like what we took before for publicity or a stunt. Totally. Because it's just so wild. When I say he was like sweating, basically
screaming,
saying why gender this, blah blah blah, like what's the point, like, oh my god, I don't understand. And I genuinely was thinking this has to be a stunt, but nobody is saying it's a stunt. People are saying this is actually who this dude is.
Like, what are you talking? Grow up. I mean, what are we talking about? We can, you know, they can comprehend aliens and space, but they draw the line at pronouns, Karvey.
God forbid I'm a she, her. What do you mean?
Oh my goodness. It's actually ridiculous, hey. And, you know, Dr. Disrespect also got into a bit of a tizzy, as I talked about before. So basically in a recent stream, Dr. Disrespect revealed that his team reached out to Bethesda hoping to collaborate on Starfield, and they got rejected. With no explanation why. And, you know, I would assume it's because of his past controversies. You know, he is quite controversial. He speaks his mind on things and has been racist, but in the past, homophobic, transphobic, like he's pretty horrible, to be honest. And yeah, he got in a tizzy about, you know, the pronouns. So on stream, he pulled up the Twitter account of the Bethesda head of publishing.
Yeah.
When he saw that you can change your pronouns in the game. And he pulled up the head of publishing from Bethesda and pulled up his Twitter account. And then he highlighted like because he obviously has his pronouns in his Twitter bio, he, him. And he's like, oh, and Dr. Disrespect said, it's starting to make sense, you know, it's starting to make sense about him getting knocked back for, you know, this collaboration with, you know, Bethesda on Starfield. So he basically said that, and then he tweeted a bit later on after that stream, some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience, and completely misdirected by the internet. Look at my words being taken out of context here. Their insecurities are obvious. Politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely, along with people like this. And it was pretty funny because Opera GX actually replied to, I love Opera GX, like the person that does all like the tweeting from Opera GX's account. Have you seen it?
Nah.
It's so funny, bro. They're actually hilarious. Like whoever they are. No, they just are so funny and they don't care. Like they'll pull people up on their bullshit. Like
as people should.
Yeah, they basically included a screenshot and it was like, politics should stay, you know, quoting Dr. Disrespect, politics should stay out of the gaming industry entirely along with people like this. And it's like screenshots like of all these like games that are political and have political statements in them that people have played but don't have any kind of objection because it doesn't talk about pronouns specifically. So I think that was a really funny tweet under that tweet of Dr. Disrespect. So I don't know. I just think, why are we getting in a kerfuffle about this stuff? It's just so silly. It doesn't affect them. Like, you're literally like these, like, as I said before, I think this is great. It's giving inclusivity to people that haven't been able to even identify as their pronouns in a game. And now it's there. That should be the new norm. Like, imagine if there wasn't a, you know, he, him pronoun in the game.
Yeah.
They would be upset. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. These people, like, Dr. Disrespect has preferred pronouns.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I am gutted because we were just talking about this prior to filming this now, but before I had started streaming, my main people that I watched was Dr. Disrespect and Nick Merckx, and obviously they've both been in hot water throughout the years. And when I saw the video of him, you know, highlighting the pronouns and then just shutting right up and then being cocky and being like, oh, now it's all making sense. It's like, bro, come on. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Right? Like, it's just so silly. And it's just, it's really horrible to see it, you know. And I was saying this before too, like, I watched Nick Merckx in lockdown every single day, dude. That was my introduction to, like, Nick Merckx was my introduction to gaming.
Yep.
Like, Call of Duty. Like, I got into Call of Duty because of him. I got into streaming because of him. He was my biggest idol until this whole controversy happened recently. And then I realized how much of a shit person he is. And then I'm like, cool, okay, I don't like Nick Merckx anymore. You know, that's really disappointing. And it is really disappointing when your favorite creator is...
It's guttering.
You know, it is. It honestly is. Like, it's not that hard to not be a shit person, honestly. You know, and the whole thing with him and Tim and the whole, you know, the controversy with COD, right? That was a really big thing when it came out. You know, like their operators getting removed from the store. That was a massive story. Do you remember that? For like a week or two straight. It was just constant on my feed.
Yeah.
You know, people talking about that.
But I need to ask.
Yeah.
So, you know how he had tweeted politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely along with people like this? How is gender politics? I don't understand how that correlates. What is it?
I don't know.
Is it even politics?
It's just a lot of people not knowing what they're talking about and feeling like it's an attack on them when it's not. Like, it's inclusivity, as I said, for people that haven't been included before. Like, this is a good thing. Like, there are people that, like, are out there that don't identify with the gender norm. And that's great. And that's fine. And they're being finally included in video games. Like, do you know how validating that would feel? Like, we have had the privilege, right? Like, you know, I've identified as a female and, you know, I am a female and identify as a female. And to be able to, and, you know, I haven't thought about this until like all of this kind of came up. You know, I've thought about it a little bit, but then all of this stuff happening, I'm like really went deep into it. And I'm like, I am so lucky and privileged to even be able to, because when we like play a game, right?
Yeah.
It's usually the norm is he, him pronouns or she, her pronouns. So we are included in that. But there are people out there that have not been included and they don't have their pronouns that they can, you know, refer to their character as. Like, that would just be so upsetting, wouldn't it? Like, honestly. Yeah. And the fact that we've had that and there are, I don't know. It's a really interesting topic because this is about including people, you know, that haven't been included before. And I think it's a great thing that Starfield and Bethesda has done this. I think it's great.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, times are changing. Get with it or be left behind. Mm-hmm. This is something that's so basic.
Totally.
What do you want to be preferred called as? He, him, she, her, they, them. Why does it have to be a big deal? Just pick one. What do you want to be? He, him, no problem, don't disrespect. Just click it, boom, move on with your life.
Totally.
Is he just, I reckon, look, I really liked him. I just flustered about it. But like, I think he's just salty that he didn't get a partnership with Starfield.
I think it's definitely that. And I think it's content creators being held accountable for their actions. And that's a good thing. Like, we can't keep, putting content creators that are shitty people in the spotlight anymore. Like, and I think a lot of people have, like, they're fed up with it. Like, it is a really interesting topic, because when I saw all this stuff with Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman and all that kind of stuff with COD, like, I was really upset, like, scrolling my timeline and just seeing all this, like, stuff happen. And then it's like such a Pandora's box. Like, I could talk for hours on this. Do you know what I mean? But it's, it's basically they're being held accountable.
Hopefully, yeah. You know what? And just still talking about Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, and I know there's a lot of people that agree, he has kind of gone like this in terms of his positive status. He's kind of turning into, unfaithful, just old.
Yeah.
Salty fart. And I loved him, and I'm just gutted that he's going down this route, and I hope he can redeem himself in the future, because he needs to get with it.
Totally, 100%. And that's the thing, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect them, but it affects people that haven't been, included, and now they finally get to feel included. And I think that's really important.
Yes.
So yeah, very interesting stuff. But did you see Only Up got removed from the Steam shop?
That's really sad as well.
Did you buy it? Did you play it?
I did buy it. I bought it and I did not win. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't continue.
I didn't even get halfway through.
Yeah, same, bro.
I gave up. I was like, I'm never playing this game again. I kept falling off. I was doing really well on my first run, and like I think I got like halfway up, and then I fell down, and then I literally couldn't get past the like first bit. Like, I kept falling off. I was like,
sometimes that happens, bro. Sometimes you just need to like, nah, no more.
No more.
I need to get off.
It's like COD. You just have to know when to stop.
Yeah.
Stop trying.
But what happened?
Well, it got removed from the Steam shop. Basically, it was a really popular game. It went viral in May, and it took the gaming and streaming world by storm. But the creator basically said that it's been very stressful, and now that they have peace of mind and healing, now that they've taken it off the shop, and the developer wants to actually continue their education in game design and focus on their next project, which is called Kith. So, and it's not anything like Only Up at all. It's like completely different, which is interesting. I think, it's like Flappy Bird all over again, isn't it? It actually feels like Flappy Bird.
Why did that get taken off?
The same thing. The developer said it's too stressful.
Yeah.
But then, iPhones with Flappy Bird on it sold for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Did you have Flappy Bird?
I had it, but I wish I didn't sell my iPhone with it, because I would have been able to, sell that for heaps more.
So this poor bloke's first solo game development as a beginner game designer managed to strike gold in success. It's so popular.
Yeah.
Huge game. And, he's just been kind of thrown in the deep end. I feel so bad for him. Like, you know what? Fair enough, bro. Take a break. Totally. I feel like maybe he could have gone about it a different way. Like, I don't know if there was ways around this. Say, for example, he could have, sold it to another development, or maybe hired somebody to look after it while he takes a break and works on Kith or something. Not just fully take it off. I just feel like he's just given up. But then again, I'm not in his shoes. This is just an outside opinion and perspective. Totally. So I'm sure it must have been very, very stressful.
It's so interesting to me, because it's like, isn't that like the dream, making something and then it's making like revenue while you're sleeping? Like, literally, like, he made a game and it was so big. Like, he would have made a lot from it too. Like, it was really big. It was like $20 Australian. I think it was $10 USD. So,
but you got the biggest people with hundreds of thousands of concurrent viewers that play it, and like think of all the people that they influenced to buy it. And I bought it because I watched a big streamer play it, and so on and so on. Like, this dude probably made so much money.
100%. Well, there was also a Fortnite creator that made it in Fortnite, like an Only Up course, and he actually became a millionaire from making it in Fortnite. And I'm like, I wish I did that. I wish I made the one in Fortnite, Karvey. Imagine, we would be millionaires right now.
Bro, I played it.
Did you? The Fortnite one?
Yes, I did get up to the last level.
Was it fun?
Very fun. I love that one. I definitely prefer it over the Only Up, just because it's Fortnite. Like, the pretty colors and the graphics, and it's very smooth. Only Up's quite like basic and jagged and,
Yeah.
you know, a bit lower quality.
It
So,
is, yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree. I like haven't played the Fortnite one, but it looked like I watched people play it and I was like, this looks better than the original game. And I could be wrong, but I think they ended up making more money than the original developer on Only Up. Because because Epic pays. So if you make like a map in Fortnite and there's people that play it a lot, like you actually make money. Like Epic gives you a payout.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like Epic is, I love Epic. Can we
On the topic, love you, Epic.
Love you, Epic.
On the topic of the like creative mode maps and stuff, last night I had played a creative map based off of the Hunger Games, and when I tell you that's probably the most fun I've had on a creative map in a very long time, well preferred it over the Only Up. Lots of fun. I was doing it as a part of a Loser Fruit video, so she was hosting a tournament for a bunch of creators and you getting them into teams. And, yeah, so much fun. I was with Fastfee and
cute.
So like you get sorted into your factions, so your teams, and then it's exactly like the movie, bro. You are getting raised up to the platform. There's the cornucopia in the middle with a bunch of loot, or you could go behind and you could run away. And so like we ran away because we didn't want to die straight away. And there's like
you were like
bows
the
and
Katniss
arrows.
Everdeen playing smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like bows and arrows and like stuff that you would find in Hunger Games, but in Fortnite. And you know, circle would close in. The finale was at the cornucopia, and like it was really, really fun.
That's so sick.
Yeah. We should host the customs and make our own little Hunger Games tourney.
We're doing that. That actually sounds fun.
It was awesome.
I reckon, like, I don't know if it would pop off. Like, Fortnite works really well. Like, I want to see this, like, in the flesh, because that sounds so sick. But, like, imagine, like, a real kind of, like, a different game. Like it would be a battle royale, because technically that's what battle royale is. It's literally Hunger Games. You know what I mean? But imagine if, like, Hunger Games actually made, like, a Hunger Games game when it came out. Like, they would have been one of the first battle royale games. That's the funny thing. That would have been crazy, hey.
I reckon, like, because when I remember back in the day when I first watched the Hunger Games, the very first one in the cinema, and I was like, oh my God, I prayed to God, please make a game out of this.
Literally.
It would be insane. Like, and I mean a proper detailed, like, storylines, you know, before you enter the game, it's like open world where you got to do this side missions of survival, learn how to do a campfire, talk to different opponents, try and make, you know, friends, blah, blah, blah. And did you ever watch or play the Walking Dead games?
No, I never played those.
So same as like Mass Effect and Walking Dead, the choices that the characters remember and they can change the outcome of your game. Imagine if they did that in a Hunger Games game, and then you go into the main arena and then you find Rue from District 10, who before you guys were in the training arena, you guys were talking and made an alliance, a secret alliance. Like, oh my God, imagine if that game
that would be sick, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I feel like there could be like a fresh way for battle royale, and it could kind of come back to like the Hunger Games, because like, I think I really like those movies because it was such a different kind of concept of that. Like, you know, it would be cool if they like made it like a game. I don't know if it ever happened though. I'm sad.
I hope so.
Maybe the Fortnite, you know, map is the closest we get to it, but that sounds sick though.
To be fair, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And yeah, I'm going to make you play it. Okay.
Please. I want to play that.
All right, moving on to our Slay or Nay section. Now, this is going to be quite a controversial one. Slay or Nay, Temu?
Temu. It's very controversial. I'm going to say nay. Because, I don't know, it's just pretty dodgy, eh? Have you heard all the stories?
I've heard all the bloody stories, mate. And I don't know about in your country, but here in New Zealand, we had this big thing of like sharing your code so that you could get money to buy more Temu products. And oh my God, it was so annoying. It was so annoying.
Oh my goodness. I've heard stuff like they'd steal credit cards and sell your information. I was like, never buying anything from there. Or if I do, I'm going to use like a burner card, you know?
Yeah.
That's
well,
crazy. What about
people
you?
are saying it's like cheap Amazon. It's like Shein, but for everything. It's like Wish.com, but 2023. I and my mum as well, we've bought a few things from Temu. And I mean, hey, it's basically just cheap random shit that you find online. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, mum's bought a few clothes, very hit or miss. A few gadgets, which have been pretty cool. I've bought some like beauty stuff and like nails and everything, and they've been fine. It's just average Joe stuff, and you can save a lot of money. What's really cool is they also do like reimbursement things. So say you buy a candle mold for $5, and 2 months later that product is now like $2.50. You can actually be reimbursed.
Really?
Whatever the difference is. Yeah. So
that's
like
cool.
I had purchased like a $100 order, and the prices of the stuff that I ordered had changed to like maybe $80 in total, so I got $20 back.
Oh, cool.
So like that's pretty cool that they do stuff like that. But I want to try the tech from Temu.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to get some stuff and do some reviews.
Let's do it. I'm taking it you're a slave for Temu.
In saying all of that, I'm on the fence.
Oh, you're on the fence.
Bro.
Now you got to choose right now. Right here, right now.
Can I choose next week?
No, you have to choose right now.
Right,
the fans are waiting.
If I'm thinking cheap, average Joe, the stuff I got was completely fine. Quick delivery time. You know what? I'm going to say slay.
Beautiful. That's what I love to hear.
That's all you needed.
The crowd goes wild. Well, that concludes today's episode. Make sure you're following us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Our handle is @LevelUpPotty. And make sure you give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. It really helps us out. And if you could rate us on Apple Podcasts, if you listen over there, that would be awesome as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.